If you're a business owner out there and you still are struggling to figure out this whole online content, video content situation to help grow your business, and maybe you just don't have the time to actually put something into practice, well, in today's video, I'm going to show you the quickest and easiest way that you can generate 70 pieces of video content for your business each and every single month. And you can do this all with just one working day. Give up a Saturday, get 70 pieces of video content. And for those out there who don't know who I am, my name is Evan Andrews and I'm the owner-operator of Van Drews Media, where we help small to medium-sized businesses tell their story through video content here on the internet. So if you are a business owner here in the Houston area, you can go down to the description of this video and get in touch with me and see exactly how we can talk direct and how I might be able to help you do something just like this or something a little bit more in depth to help tell that story of your business. But what I want to do is I want to walk you guys through a system that I have created over about the last year of doing podcasting with my wife, where we have really figured out how to maximize our content output with just literally one Saturday every single month. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to show you exactly what the layout kind of looks like for this. And then I'll go through and show you kind of how to break down what you're going to be doing throughout this process. So we're going to jump into the computer and I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to get 70 pieces of content in just one day of your time. So jumping into the iPad here, so 70 pieces of video content per month. That might sound like a pretty arduous process for many out there who are like, I just have no idea how to even record a video. Well, that's fine, because in anybody's video content creation process, what I like to say, especially if you're going through a process like this, is in the beginning, it will not be pretty. It just won't be. So you need to get over that fact, or you need to invest the resources and time and money that you have into somebody helping you do this who might be able to fast track that a little bit for you. But this is something that actually can be done just by yourself each and every single month. So I'm going to break down here the first couple of steps that you need to do to get the main core things done to make this happen. So the first thing that you're going to do to create 70 pieces of video content per month is every single month you will sit down and you will think about 5 topics, okay? Now, these should not be super broad topics. These should be somewhat granular topics where you have a foremost expert authority on, right? These can be, I mean, again, depending on who I'm talking to right now. I mean, I don't know exactly what your industry is, but these should be things that you are an expert in, right? So if it was me, for example, I'm an expert in video content creation, video marketing, things like that. So, one of mine might be talking about the importance of branding, right? Importance of branding, like a video that we're going to create on the importance of branding, right? And you want to come up with 5 different video topics every single month, okay? So that's going to be the first thing that you need to do is set up a Google Doc, set up something to where you can pull out 5 different topics that you can feasibly sit there and talk about for anywhere from about to I would say around a 12 to 15 minute video in its final outcome, right? 12 to 15 minute video. That's ideally what we might shoot for. If it's a little over that, that's fine. But 12 to 15 minutes is a good place to start. Now you might be thinking, wow, Evan, a 12 to 15 minute video, I don't know if I can talk on camera that long. Trust me, when you start doing it, it goes by like that. Like you're not even going to realize that the time is almost over. When we get through this, you'll see exactly kind of how to lay out a script. But 12 to 15 minute video is likely what you're going to need to do to be able to make this work to the best of its ability. So one thing to remember about this kind of content is this content is not meant to be a huge lead generation machine for you. Content like this and what you're going to be creating, especially if you're a local service business, right? You don't operate outside of certain zip codes or within certain radiuses, right? This content that you're making is specifically for nurture. We are not asking people to do a whole bunch of things inside of this content. We are simply providing our knowledge and providing our expertise in what it is that we do so that people can get to know us, start to like us, and begin to trust us enough to maybe potentially make a decision in working with us in the future. So that's the first key thing that you need to realize is this not to sell anything. You're not trying to do any of that here. We're just trying to provide our expertise knowledge in what it is that we do, right? So, first, it's going to be coming up with all of the topics that you want to do inside of the month. You need to do 5 each and every single month, okay? So what we're going to do from there is we are then going to sit down and we need to plan out what these videos look like. So in the description link below, I will put a ChatGPT prompt that I put into the computer to be able to help me get an idea of what we're going to be doing, right? But effectively, this is kind of how the outline is going to break down, okay? So every single video outline that you're going to do the same thing, and you're going to use the ChatGPT prompt that I give you in the description to be able to help you do this, right? So the outline is going to be as follows. We are going to have a hook and an intro, why these people should watch this video, right? Then we're going to have 3 discussion points, and then 3 supporting points for each of those discussion points, okay? And you can already kind of do the math, right, out with this video that if each supporting discussion point, if you're talking about it for roughly 90 seconds to 2 minutes, I mean, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. I mean, you're at roughly a 20-minute video by the time this thing is said and done. So you will be able to do this fairly easily. So just keep that in mind that like, hey, if you don't think you can talk for that long, trust me, you guys can talk for that long if you're an expert in what it is that you do, right? At the end of all those discussion points and supporting points, we're then going to wrap it up with a recap. What did they learn in this video? What information should they have retained from watching this video? And then here at the very end, we can give them a CTA. CTA, for those that don't know, this is your call to action. Your call to action can be something as simple as make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're maybe releasing this long form on YouTube, which I would recommend that everybody does. They can check the description below to be able to get some sort of freebie or the next point of contact or something like that with you. This is the only place that we're actually going to really quote unquote sell people on. We're not trying to sell them on our services or anything like that. We're just literally trying to get them to get in contact at the most. I personally believe that if you do a really good job inside of your content, that if it's good enough for people, they'll naturally want to take this step. You don't have to tell them what to do. They will go, they will look in the description, they will find what they need to do to be able to get in contact with you to make whatever kind of outcome you were alluding to inside of your content. To make that happen for them, they'll naturally find the next step, right? So that is what we're going to do. That is how we are going to get our videos done. And you're going to do that each time over through the ChatGPT prompt that I gave you to be able to get your 5 outlines. Okay? So once you have all of those outlines, what you want to do is we'll do this in blue. Sit down with camera and film them. I like how we still use the film. I spelled that wrong, but film them. I like how we still use the film term, and we don't use film anymore. But you want to sit down and you want to record these things, right? Again, going back to what I said earlier, this is not going to be pretty. You're going to have a lot of ums. You're going to maybe have some mess ups. You're going to have some of that stuff in there, and that's okay, right? We're not expecting you to be these outlandish content creators. All we're trying to do right now is get you used to being in front of the camera and be able to maximize your output from what you're inputting there, right? So we're going to sit down and we're going to record all of those. Then all you're going to do is you're going to use some sort of free app, or you can pay somebody like an editor to be able to mock this up and create this for you, right? But a good free tool that you can use is like CapCut. They have a pretty good interface editor that you can download to your computer. But you are going to, finalize your edit. You may, depending on your level of ability or anything like that, you may have a little intro video. You may have, again, if you had like big pause sections or whatever and you want to cut out chunks, you can do that. And it's relatively simple on things like CapCut. This is not a CapCut tutorial, so I'm not going to really go into that too much. But you will want to finalize your long form edit for each of your 5 videos. So at the end of this process, you will have 5 videos in total, okay? Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, 5 is a far cry away from 70, so how do we get more out of it? Well, there's 2 repurposing phases that we're going to utilize inside of this, and I'm going to show you what the first phase looks like right now. So the repurposing phase number 1 is we're going to take that long form video, and we're going to break it up into 3 additional video clips. Going back to our earlier outline, these 3 videos are basically going to be based on these discussion topics. Okay, so this relatively, at the end of the day, should probably be anywhere from about a 2 to 4 minute clipped video. You should be able to just literally pull this right out of the long video that you've already made. You don't have to go make a new CapCut video. You don't have to do anything in there. You just go pull it right out of there, put it in its own little timeline, export the video, and then you have another video there. Now repurposing videos, a lot of people have this stigma around it where it's like, well, it's not new, it's not fresh, it's not this, it's not that, right? What you have to understand about content is you don't know at what point in anybody's journey that they're going to discover you, right? Now, let's say you release a long form video. It's got a 15-minute timestamp on it. Somebody has no idea who you are, and they're like, I'm not giving this person that I have no idea who they are 15 minutes of my life. I'm just not. But let's say you pull a 2 to 3 minute clip out of that. It's got the right header, right title, something that's intriguing to the viewer, and they say, oh, well, I'll watch that, right? Well, if that video then leads back to the longer video, then you've just done what you initially wanted to do in the first place, right? You've just segmented and bridged that gap of them getting from the shorter one to the longer one, right? So these are great ways to get additional pieces out of each of those videos. So at the end of doing that with all 5 of your videos, you're going to have a total of 20 videos, if I did my math there correctly. 5 broken down into 4. Yeah, 20 videos at that point. Okay, so now you might be saying, Evan, how do I get 50 more videos out of what we're doing here, right? So this is where the next phase of our repurpose comes through. And I'm going to pull up my computer here, and we are going to show you a little bit about how this kind of works, right? So I'm going to go back to my computer here. So this software here, and you can find a link down in the description below that you can get access to this software. This software is called Opus Clip. Some of you out there may have seen ads for this. It's basically an AI generative tool that takes long form videos and pulls them down into short form clips, right? I am not going to do a full on Opus tutorial in here. If anybody wants a full on Opus tutorial, I am glad to do that. Just leave a comment below in this video, and I'm happy to do that for you guys. But effectively, what this does is you would drop or upload your long form video, each one of your long form videos into here. And this is what it effectively does. It will scan through and it will pull all of the quote unquote most viral clips that you have. Now, we're not doing all of this to try and go viral. If you do go viral in doing some of this, that is great, but that's not the essence of what we're trying to do with these clips. We are just trying to create a volume and have more at-bats with the video content that we are creating, right? So when you sign up for Opus Clip, you can come in here. And again, like I said, I'm not going to do a full tutorial breakdown on this, but You can create branded templates to get your own kind of customized caption options and what they look like. You can give it custom fonts, and you can go through here and you can save, I think, up to like 5 or so, maybe more, templates for what it is that you're doing. But basically, what it does is for any of your projects, and I'll just click into a recent project of mine. This is one of my coaching calls with some of my clients. And basically, what it does is it just clips up the pieces and things that I'm talking about. So effectively, what it's going to do is going back to those supporting points. When we spend enough time talking about those supporting points, we're able to pull what essentially is going to be these short form clips out of that. And you can see here, like, again, it kind of gives you these viral ratings and things like that. And I really don't put a lot of stock and validity into them, but it gives you what it gives you based on what you feed it as well. It can give you additional things like B-roll, an AI audible hook, little things like that. I don't get too into the weeds with a lot of it. Basic captions, a little bit of editing inside of it if you need to. You can edit the clip, cut out little pauses, and do different things like that with it. But overall, it's a tool that helps speed up this process. It probably takes anywhere from about 15 to 20 minutes for the original long form video to analyze, and then maybe another. Oh no, sorry, I have that wrong. It takes maybe about 6 or 7 minutes to have the original video analyze. And then when you give it the parameters of what you want, like 30-second clips or 60-second clips or 90-second clips or whatever you're looking for, it will then take about 15 to 20 minutes to analyze and give you all that stuff back. And then it'll land you on a screen here where you can come in and you can download everything, or you can connect your social media accounts and you can post it right through Opus Clip. It's whatever you want to do. I have a separate workflow for that. So I just download everything that I want, and it does everything that I want. So going back to the iPad here, with one video, so our original long form video, that's going to spit out 3 additional, what I call mid form videos. So we're just pulling out those there. And then from there, it's pulling out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 short form clips. And sometimes it'll pull out a little bit more than that. The longer that your original video is, the more clips that it will pull out. But usually, if you hit that 12 to 15 minute mark, you'll get a solid 10 pieces of content out of that. And then if we do this, so you can see there, like, all of that content can come from you sitting down and you creating this much content. You sitting down and taking 1 hour. If you, it's 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 50, okay, a little over an hour and a half. Let's call it an hour and a half. You taking that long to sit down and create that content, and then maybe giving yourself another 4 to, let's call it 8 hours, say it's Saturday, right? If you're willing to give up one Saturday, do you think that by you releasing this volume of content, do you believe that you're not going to grow an audience or potentially get and generate some leads for what it is that you do? I would be very hard pressed to say that you won't do that. Again, my wife and I have been doing this for our podcast, where we're not trying to sell anybody anything. We're not trying to do anything like that. We have amassed the easiest way for us to generate views on one single platform. And if you guys want another video, I can go through the analytics of what we were able to do in like 8 or 9 months. Like, it's not anything that's been crazy. It's not anything that's been super taxing on us. Yes, we have 3 kids and life gets in the way, and sometimes things get put on pause or have to be shifted or whatever. But you taking a Saturday to be able to do this is something that is feasibly possible for anybody out there and anybody that's even a beginner. So I don't like the excuses these days of like, I don't have time, I can't do it, I don't know what to do. I think that's just a cop-out, and that's just for people that don't believe in something, and they don't believe in it just because they, for whatever reason, are too scared of trying to implement something like this for their business. So I made this video simply today just to show you guys what the process that I've curated over about the last year of trying to figure out how to scale content the fastest way that you can. And this process has been the single thing that has allowed my wife and I's podcast to do what it's done. And I couldn't be happier with it. It's something that I help implement for other people and other businesses here in the area as well. So if you are somebody out there that might want some help in implementing something like this, whether you're in the Houston area or not, because this is something that also can be done virtually. You can go down into the description of this video. You can find a link back to my Instagram account, and you can DM me the word go over there, and I will chat with you one-on-one to see exactly how I might be able to help you implement something like this for your business and show you exactly what it looks like and what it takes to do. So I hope you guys, if you got this far, you got some value out of how to scale content in your business faster than any other way that you probably tried in the past. But if you like this video, please make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe to my channel where I bring you all kinds of other content related to digital marketing, video marketing in particular, meta ads, different things like that. Anything that I can help out with. Make sure that you comment on the videos what you're looking for help with, and make sure that you just keep up with the channel here for regularly updated video content to help you grow and scale your business through your video marketing strategies. And until next time, my name is Evan Andrews.